Hello chat, Dan VR, investigative Deepwoken journalist. Today, we're going to be going over how YOO revolutionized the Deepwoken content game. So about a year ago when YOO's channel really blew up, the content scene was in a bit of a dry spell. It wasn't looking too hot. You know, there were a handful of creators that were doing like Chime of Conflict type content, mostly like informational videos or update videos. Was like the main bag. And even though Agamatsu had like a death grip on those, you still had people like Supa making those like update videos. Essentially the trend you had was you just wait for the weekly update, you'd get a shit ton of videos and showcases or whatever like new content there was. And then the content game kind of fell off. You didn't get many other videos for the rest of the week. You know, there'd be a handful of people doing progression videos like Bourbon Dish, but back then the model of doing progression videos was much different. So back then they were much slower. They were much more it was much more about like an adventure, I should say. But again, it was much slower. You moved through the overworld, like you weren't Voidwalker or Deepbound or anything. It was just like a normal progression. You know, it was super about what talents they were getting, what armor they were getting. They were showing, you know, what places they were going to get what, where they were getting their mantras. It was much more in-depth. And although it was, you know, it was a progression video, so it got views, not many people were doing it. You know, it took a lot of time, it took a lot of effort. And ultimately, a lot of people just didn't see, like, the return on investment. That they'd spend all this time making a progression video, and then they just wouldn't really get as many views as normal, because of course Birmingish kind of had it on lock, and the effort required was so much more than just sitting down and talking about an update. However, the whole game changed when YOO came around and he started doing his Voidwalker progressions. See, opposed to everyone else, opposed to the standard progression video, YOO would just take a random build, whether it was inspired from a show, an anime, or just something dumb, like a joke build, something silly, and then he would do Voidwalker. So the whole time it was like very like high intensity. There was a lot of PvP. He was just ganking nonstop. That's how obviously you progress the build, and that just hit the algorithm. People loved it. This guy was getting like 100,000 views every single video, and that was it. As soon as people realized that they could do like Voidwalker progression and use YOO's model of making videos, they exploded. For a lot of people that have like been in the community, or at the very least sort of look back at some of these creators' channels, when you look at like Supa or Valicus, you know, some of the people that do progression videos a lot, that's like the core of their channel, they used to never ever do progression videos. Maybe once in a while, but they were mostly about PvP or informational videos. YOO legitimately changed the game. Deadass, every single progression video nowadays follows the YOO model. The way he did it is how now everyone does it. Of course, not only is it more entertaining to watch because it's Voidwalker, so you're ganking. You know, it's also a little more interesting because a lot of times he would do like a weird build, or like it would be based again on a show or an anime, so he's making a character. But another thing that inspired content creators to do it is that you got a hell of a bag. For, you know, the people not familiar with YouTube, I'll give you like a really, really basic rundown, and this is pretty oversimplified. What determines how much money you make, of course, is how many people watch the video, obviously. But even more important than that is how long the video is, what the video is, like is it gameplay and commentary, is it just commentary, and then finally, deadass, just like when you uploaded it. So, you know, long story short, the longer the video, the more you talk and commentate, and the more like return viewers you get, the more YouTube will pay you. So eventually, using his model, you would see insane amounts of money. I know that there's some people out there that are like, oh, there's no way that like there's deep tubers that do this as a full-time job. If you could see some of their fucking paychecks, man, you'd be astonished. The progression video model makes fucking bank. It makes bank. I'll tell you, Supa and Valak just weren't uploading them every single day out of the kindness of their heart. That shit made money. And that is all thanks to Inu.